with poor sleep, then you become one-dimensional. So maybe instead of 10 areas you're productive in, maybe that day you might just be able to get 5 off. Okay, and that relates to a lot of things.
That's what we're here for. We just got to give it to you raw. From here on out, rest of the conversations, no more taking the suit off, taking these sweaters off. Might come in here shirtless. We give it to you raw because I believe.
So what's the other thing that can help all of us go to sleep, and it's from the earth? What do you guys?
Well,
All right, welcome in. My name is Yao A. Owusu Jr. This is season 2 of the Vitality Handbook. Now we're moving to our second pillar, sleep. Of course, third, nutrition. Fourth is recovery in the physical realm. And fifth, that's the first one we did this season. Okay, that's going to be on exercise. We're joined here today, as always, Mr. Nicholas Lopez Jr. and Mr. Andre Bibbins Jr., the alien and the Terminator. I am the wizard. Now, you guys didn't know the wizard, right? Okay. Now, the conversation that we're going to talk about today is going to be sleep, right? So this is why we're all relaxed. This is why Dre has. I know you see this is real. It's not a painting. It's actually our great stuff that you guys are going to see in upcoming episodes, all right? So join in the community and comment on that. But we're going to dive into sleep. Why is it that we sleep? Is it important to sleep? We say it's our second on the pillars of importance when we're talking about mindset, the most important, and sleep, the second most important. Sometimes we flip-flop, right? Sometimes Dre's like, okay, sleep is more important. His mindset's always strong. It doesn't matter because they're all, what's that word we use all the time?
interdependent.
Interdependent on one another. If your sleep is low, this is the episode for you. If your sleep is high, this is also the episode for you because you want to know how you can maintain that to become a high performer. So conversation is going to be pretty simple. We're all laid back today. Sleep, why do we do it? And why is it?
As a personal note,
Okay.
as always, Yao, great introduction.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. It's not easy to be a host. Okay. Teamwork makes the dream work, and on dreams. Okay, and on dreams, it's dream work, dreams.
Dre's keeping it sharp, by the way. Sharp. Gotta have it sharp. Sharp.
For me, sleeping, I'm thinking about it like way back, like when I used to not even be aware of sleep.
Okay.
Right? I'm talking about like teenage years or when sleep is not even a real construct, right? Like technically I was very motivated or very driven, but really in like one dimension. What sleep allowed for me is basically allowed me to increase my capacity to be able to be multidimensional, right? So basically what that means is just productive in multiple areas, right? Because they're all, as a great mentor told me, all those areas are still just an extension of you. All right, so sleep allows me to, with poor sleep, then you become one-dimensional. So maybe instead of 10 areas you're productive in, maybe that day you might just be able to get 5 off. Okay, and that relates to a lot of things.
Ooh, plays of 5 off.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I love that. That's basically, you took what I was going to say. I mean, if you don't have sleep, you can't really maximize anything else on the other pillars, right? If you exercise without sleep, you're not going to really get results. If you stretch, but you don't sleep, you're not really going to get results. If you have great nutrition, but you don't sleep, you're not going to have great results. So we see how we're talking about it's interdependent. So we need to make sure that we understand that when we're talking about that. So Dre, same thing here. Where would you take sleep as far as important? I think I know what you're going to say, but where is the importance to you on the totem pole of like health and vitality?
I'm gonna go this direction. I'm gonna just pick something from Nick, and then we'll just kind of conversate from there. But when he said that when you don't get enough sleep, you can't do. You're only able to do those 5 things versus you being able to do those 10 things, right? So basically, when you sum it up, right? We know nutrition and all those things, but so basically, you're saying that sleep is where you would, I want to say, because I'm not a scientist,
Right.
but you would say sleep is your natural energy source.
Right.
Oh, it's like recharging, like charging up, right?
Charging batteries.
Yeah, charging the battery, something like that. Yeah, so.
For the brain, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
and the body.
I mean, we can get into what. Okay, perfect.
So bioenerget. I mean, you want to get into bioenergetics?
I mean, it's simple, perfect. How can it help? People say, okay, it helps the brain, right? Obviously, you store memory when you get into REM sleep, right? This is when you take some of the trash that you've learned during the day that's not important and store the important stuff. So that filing only happens when you're in deep sleep, REM. So if you easily wake up, you're not in that REM sleep where you got out of it real fast. So then you can't prepare your body like that. But also healing your body. Reason why we put recovery and sleep differently, because we say recovery, you physically actively doing something to your body to recover. But sleep is also recovery as well, right? So sleep covers both. Those are the most interchangeable, I would say, sleep and recovery. Absolutely. So sleep helps regeneration of your tendons, regeneration of your muscles, regeneration of your cells, regeneration of everything in your body. So literally what you're saying is absolutely correct. If you want to look at it like that in its most simplistic form, and we think simplicity being brilliant at the basics is how we can connect to people, recharging your battery. And so if your battery is drained, man, I love Teslas, right? But if that battery is drained, that Tesla, I can go faster than Tesla. You know what I mean? Bump ludicrous mode, so everything is about recharging. And we say this all the time, Gatorade, recharge your battery, right? They're giving you electrolytes, right? So by nutrition, they're trying to recover and recharge. You can also recover through nutrition. And this is brilliant. So we're talking about the 5-pillar system. I know we're doing sleep today, but I want you guys to think about you can't have one without the other, right? You cannot have one without the other. You have to make sure you contemplate both of those. How about this for sleep? I mean, why do you think people don't have an importance? It's not an importance for them as nutrition is. Or when I say, okay, I want to be as vital as possible, I want to get in the best shape of my life. They say, okay, what should I eat? Yeah. How should I work out? What's my program? And I say, okay, well, you got to sleep. Well, if I'm sleeping, I'm not doing anything. But when the results happen is when you rest. When you train, you actually break your muscles down, right? And if you don't build them back up by resting, nutrition, sleep, you can't recover. You see what I'm saying? So if you're mentally focused and you're meditating, you're doing all this other stuff, but you're going for a long period of time and you don't sleep, you're going to retain all of those subconscious programs that you did while you were meditating and finding stillness.
I'm going to go like with this angle, right? This is a conversation now, which is great. So like you say, my training program, my nutrition, and something else, right? Or whatever. And then you say, well, you need to sleep. What do you mean I need to? So I would say you test them, right? Okay, well, I want you to, live your regular life. How many hours of sleep you do? 4 hours. Okay, I want you to do back-to-back sessions, right? This week, back-to-back sessions of your normal hours you sleep, right? 4 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, whatever it is, right? And then the next week, you know what? Now we're going to do it my way, right? So you have your nutrition, you got your exercise, and they're going to come in and you're going to see how they perform and feel, obviously, right? And they might start complaining, I don't know why I don't feel it there. I told you, we're testing this out. Now, next week, I want you to we're not going to push it because we're not going to push it, right? For the people I'm talking about, right? So let's say the least amount, give me 6 hours. So give me anywhere between 6 to 8, and we're gonna do the same thing next week, and let me know how you feel, and you'll be able to feel and see how you perform, and me as well. So that's like a test for them, right? And then okay, now do you believe me on why we need sleep if you're trying to see these results, right? So I would go in it in that aspect.
I love that when you say test. I mean that's an assessment. So you see some of these assessment tools out there. You have I won't name any names, but there's wrist wearables where they can assess what type of brain waves you're in, right? If you're in theta brain waves, if you're in alpha brain waves, or if you're in REM sleep, if you guys know about sleep brain waves and what actually helps, store. You guys can check that out. We have another sleep episode that we went into some detail about that. So you have these wearables. You're testing them out in the physical. You're doing that's what we're doing. And we think testing and assessing is going to be key. Assessments for all pillars, but especially for sleep. You can do a very simple tests. And one way I test my clients is I say, okay, we're going to go. You usually drink coffee in the morning. We're going to go without that stimulant. We're going to switch that up. We'll go coffee for 3 days, see how you feel. See how jittery you're going to feel. See how antsy and how anxious you're going to feel. We're going to cut that out, and we're going to add in smoothies, right? Just a quick little switch, right? And you can see how well you recover. So now we're adding in sleep, having that 6 to 8 hours of sleep, plus starting your body off, starting the day off fresh, a fresh body, right? Alkaline body. We talk about nutrition next week or our next episode, you'll be able to see. Nick, you seem really reserved and ready to fire some questions. I can't wait to hear what questions Nick is going to fire out.
No, I'm just, improving my listening skills. I read something during my meditation today, which improves sleep quality, which
Right.
we'll get back to. But like you said, right, you can't really absorb or process what you learn, even if it's what you're learning is that internal dialogue. Like sometimes you can learn from yourself if you find that stillness,
Oh, yeah.
right? But in order to absorb those lessons in the same way that you absorb any other lesson, you need that sleep. All right, but I read after my meditation, basically, anytime, fighting fire with fire, any emotion with another emotion is just going to continue to bring it to life.
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, there's a lot of value in just observing. Because I'm observing, and I'm observing and listening to you guys. Is so many great ways to approach sleep. What I wanted to mention, your question was about why do people not prioritize it? I'll take it back to what Dre said about optics. Number one, there's companies out there that are doing a good job of putting sleep up on a higher pedestal. Here at PVS, we've always done it. It's number 2 on our 5-pillar system. But on top of that, what I want to say is that people don't do it because it's so simple. For some reason, another thing I want to mention before I go into why people don't do sleep because it's so simple is that for the audience out there, like the angle sometimes we come from is from the coaching science of it. So anybody out there who's dedicated about coaching, okay, please reach out. We want to have conversations with you guys. Okay, so when you hear these things for audience who's not in the industry or want to get into the industry, this is the art of coaching. Just thinking about, all right, I want to run an experiment on my client with 6 hours of sleep versus less than 6 hours of sleep, and walk them through that process, right? It's very important. Think if we can have a full 30, 40-minute conversation about sleep, obviously, okay, it's important. Okay, but yeah. that's one way. And then basically it's it's so simple. It's like all I got to do is get out 8 hours of sleep. What are you talking about? I see this person on Instagram, or I see this person in my office not getting any of that and still looking good, or this and that and this and that. But in reality, you don't know. Basically, all the top level CEOs, ones I work with, they all protect.
Oh yeah,
they all protect
top. You might be thinking about sales guys that are at the bottom trying to make it to the top, but if you're at the top, oh man, they wake up early to meditate. They're getting their 6 to 8 hours. They're getting their water. They have a trainer. They have a coach. They have a meditation coach, a life coach, a business coach.
So the gem, So the gem is basically the same way you guys flex about personal records. About, I made this financial personal record. I made this physical personal record. I made this personal record in life. Like technically, you have to make a PR with sleep, because I know I'm on top of my game when I get good sleep. And what I want to ask you guys was, what happens? How do you guys approach yourselves or others? Definitely, I want to know about yourselves. What do you notice when you get less than your ideal sleep? Okay, so this, and I want to bring this out for everybody.
You want an honest answer?
Yes.
Or you want the
yes
publicity PVS answer?
Well, luckily we can't get canceled because we own everything.
Keep this in, okay, man. He's awakened. The Terminator's awakened. Okay. Yeah. If I don't get sleep, it's not looking good for the home team. I'm not even gonna lie about it. Not gonna lie about it. It's been a couple of days. I'm not ashamed to admit it. We've been trying to open up 2 different facilities here in New York City, partnering with great people. But 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I haven't done that since college. Partying in college, I haven't done that. You know, I still had to get some sleep because I had to play football, I had to run track, so I still got some sleep. And I mean, my skin breaking out, gassy, feeling bloated. And you would think that was just the nutrition. No, it's not. That's just me not getting sleep. My body can't process. Plus, I'm a slim guy. I'm trying to put on muscle and added stress of the baby and where 2 startup companies, Nicholas and Andre, we're doing. So not to flex, we're just saying that we're in that role of CEOs and founders of our foundations and of our businesses. We feel it. But because if my sleep sucks, I know I'm going to try and make it up with another pillar. So my stretching and recovery.
I would say, don't lose your thought, but you have no choice but to make it up with those other damn pillars.
100%.
You got no choice.
So
Let's just emphasize that. You have no choice.
To answer your question, is like one time when I don't have sleep, I feel run down. But then if I have no choice because there's a baby crying or whatever, then my nutrition needs to be on point, right? And I need to make sure that my stretching, my recovery is on point, so I need to make sure my exercise on point. So that's what I kind of follow up on. But yeah, to answer your question, no sleep, no good, man. Like everything, my memory's done. Short-term and long-term memory, finished, completed. What did you say? Yeah, I just said, oh, did you say that? You said that? Oh, I didn't even know you said that. You see what I'm saying? So that just shows you, like, doing my own experience of memory, being able to remember things that you did, a day or 2 days ago. Like, if that starts going, you can see how you won't be a high performer. You definitely can't CEO, cancel that. It's not gonna happen. So, yeah, sleep is super important, obviously, for me, second on the pillar.
I would say personal, like my mood, very snappy. So that's what I would say, being in tune with yourself, right? Being aware of everything. I would say my mood and just like very snappy. That's just one of the things I'm just gonna give out today. So that's my reaction, my personal reaction when I don't get enough sleep. It's mood and very snappy, so, and that's when I'm like, oh, damn, like, why am I feeling, I didn't get enough sleep. Yeah, so I'll leave it there.
So Nick, answer your question, my brother. How do you feel when you don't get that sleep?
I mean, you guys had great answers, I feel like, but like I'm saying, like, because Dre, you speak about sleep's effect on self-regulation. You speak about sleep's effect on memory and processing and brain processing. You have computers have processing power. Our brain's a supercomputer. I do, that's follow the logic right there. But for me, without sleep, I notice my physical, I don't know if because I'm building all my muscle back or to a new level, but I feel my physical recovery go down the drain. Like there's a difference between you, like Dre said, there's a certain element of we're all in tune.
Right.
Okay.
Aware.
There's a quick snapshot to the In Tune song by Big Sean, but that's a hard song. But we're all in tune. And what Dre said is that I feel a difference when it comes to when I don't get sleep I feel when my muscles are still sore. And I know when they're fully recovered. And I know when they're tight. And I know when I need more stability at a muscle. I know when I need more strength in the muscle.
So you're more aware of your body.
I'm very aware, and I spoke about how everybody's awareness improves over time on episode 1 of season 2, when we speak about our exercise pillar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that awareness.
You recalled that. You recalled that
because it's sleep.
You see how?
Actually, yeah, 100%. Yes, that compartmentalizing.
Compartmentalizing?
Damn.
Compartmentalizing.
It's a fucking blooper right here.
Compartmentalizing.
Yes, okay.
There we go. Come on.
When you got to do all that compartmentalizing. All right. When you got to do all that, that takes brain power. There's an element that says doing that is actually a dysfunctional aspect of the self. There's a good and bad side of being able to do that, but that's actually very important for productivity, especially as founders, co-founders, or really, especially of just you need that. You just need that, because if you can't self-regulate, you can't process. If you can't process, you can't self-regulate, and that's actually an issue. That's an issue for a lot of people out there who don't have the privilege to get ideal sleep. Okay, so what's the message? So for me, it's a physical recovery. Okay, so before we get into that, like, what do you guys like? Right, like
I think we all gave an answer on how it would affect us.
Exactly.
My thing is, if somebody's watching this, and what we always want to give to the community is something you can leave with. Whether we're doing question style like we did last season, and the conversation this season is just off the chain. I'm dating myself by saying off the chain. I don't know what you guys say now, right?
No.
But
it's 90s. It's 90s.
Yeah. 90s. Yeah.
Fuck with 90s.
Baby. 90s, baby.
Fuck with 90s. Come on, man. You seen Run DMC's? You seen Run DMC's big ass chain? Okay. Come on, man.
Yeah. So
it's not. Listen, it's not pro-black. It's professional. Just got to put that out there, okay? For anybody who's.
I mean, I'm pro-black, so.
I'm saying they may. Anyways, I don't want to.
Oh, we can't say that. Oh, my bad. So we talked about our own personal, how we get affected by that, right? Why we need it, right? What can the community leave with, right? We always want to leave them with some nuggets to kind of take away from what we're trying to give them, especially when we're talking about having a conversation on sleep. For me, what would be the lowest hanging fruit as far as what can they start on today? If they're watching this episode and they're like, okay, sleep is affecting the brain processing power, sleep is affecting your mood, sleep is affecting this. Okay, what can they do today to improve their sleep? Or what can they do today to assess themselves, to see where they are in their sleep, so they can ask the question to now get a solution for their own sleep habits?
That takes no money?
Yeah, something
that takes no money? All right, something that takes no money is, okay, even for a busy schedule. Let's say you get home at 9, you got to go to sleep at 9:30. Let's say sometimes it's like that. Okay, all right. So I think try not to turn on the lights, but that's a hard thing. If you have lamps, but I'm thinking that takes money. I'm thinking about not even having money for lamps. Let's see. So we'll take that back even further. Try to leave. Damn. So if I'm trying to think of the worst case scenario.
I mean,
I was going to say take all the electronics, but what if you in one studio?
I would look at what can they do instead of just their environment. So we know there's 3 things. You can manipulate your environment, right? You can also manipulate your preparation for sleep, right? And then you can have an actual program for your sleep. For me, the first thing would be to start preparing yourself to sleep, right? Go for a walk to clear your mind of the day, and that makes you tired. So when you come back, you sleep.
What does you come back from work?
If you come back from work, put your stuff down. You can go take a hot shower, get very nice and, if you have hot water, if you don't have hot water, you can go outside, give it a little brisk walk so you can get sweaty, get tired, come back inside. Simple. Even if you're tired, your body's tired from sitting, you need to move, let your blood flow. Once that happens, your body can relax, then you can go to sleep. If you're super tired but you're wired, you're going to have a hard time going to bed, even though you're tired. How many times you've been asleep at night, you're sitting in the bed, you're like, yo, I know I'm tired. I'm so tired. Why can't I sleep? Because you're wired. It's different from being tired and relaxed. You can't go to sleep if you're tired. You can go to sleep if you're relaxed. Now, if you're so tired, your body's completely limp and relaxed, then you're going to go to sleep. But you can only go to sleep if you're in a relaxed state. It's not going to be true REM. Period. That's just not me. That's just in general. So I would say it takes no money. If you have a shelter, even if you don't have a shelter, before you decide to go to bed, prepare yourself. And preparation for sleep is the lowest totem pole I would always start anybody off with, because anyone can prepare themselves. Meditate. Free. Close your eyes. 99 sheep on the wall. 99. Whatever you want to do, count backwards. It's like to help you get still into that stillness, and then your body just does it naturally. You can't be like, yo, yow, sleep. I mean, unless you're getting hypnotized, but that's not a natural thing. Someone's doing that to you. They're subconsciously programming you. So I would say to do it naturally for yourself, free of charge, go and do some activity outside. that's going to help you sweat a little bit and release your mind, release your stress. You come home, guaranteed you'll sleep better than if you didn't do it.
Yeah, that was a great perspective. I definitely want to challenge that. Challenge the creativity. You know, what I'm trying to do here is think about how would I have been able to convince my family as a kid or myself as a kid in those environments. Same thing for you, Dre. Like how do you think in as a teenager, like trying to simplify as if you're explaining it to kids. Like how would you, so you know, with someone with limited doesn't have certain privileges, like how would you get them to, they get home at 9, they gotta go sleep at 9:30. Like what's the best they can do?
Positive encouragement. That's just
True.
a word just popped in my head, right?
Okay.
Positive encouragement. And speaking to them like an adult, because right. So you would tell them, make them understand that it's a challenging effort. Number one, to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Especially at that age, right?
Oh yeah, if you're talking to a teenager, you
Right.
got to approach it completely different. This is to an adult that is having issues because they're going from work and coming home.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of someone goes off work at 9:30, usually the child is not getting home from work at 9:30. If they are, now you got to treat them like an adult.
Mm-hmm. So
Right? You got to talk to them like an adult.
So that, right, just let them understand that. And also too, you're saying talking to a teen, you know, try to find a process for them, something they could do. So how y'all was saying, take the shower or go for a walk, like find a process that'll help them go to sleep, right? So find out, because you kind of, that's more, so it's like, you asking me, like, what would you tell a teen, right? So that's speaking to, you're speaking to them like an adult. What's the your process? Let them know it's going to be difficult. Find out, you know, what keeps them up at night, right? Of course, you're going to ask them questions. So what are you doing tonight? You playing a game? How you not going to sleep? You must be, no, I'm not. Come on now. All right, I'm on a game.
That's it. Yeah, 100%.
That's one of the things. You're on the game. You're on that game. You're going to be wired. We all been there before.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Playing a game or something like that.
Yeah.
So I would say that. Try to find out. And for the adults, the lights is down. For the adults, if you have a significant other, girlfriend, et cetera, you're gonna keep it PG on this one.
No,
but
just keep 100.
Keep it 100?
Keep it 100.
All right, so I'm gonna go with this one. We're gonna let it out. I wanted to save it for other episodes. But number one, cuddling. I haven't done the science research on it, but I'm pretty sure.
For sure.
80% of the time, if you cuddle with someone, you fall asleep.
Yeah,
right?
I thought you said
cuddling.
I thought you were gonna say.
Well, he said you cuddle with them, then you're gonna.
Yeah. So even if you
round of applause for everybody.
Hold on. So guess what? Cuddling helps you relax, right?
For sure.
Boom. So cuddling is relaxing, right? So I'm just going to another one. Also, too, we know obviously, right? The nightcap.
Yeah.
The nightcap.
Yeah.
Right?
Or afternoon delight. However you.
Right? What does that do for you?
Once
you're done what you want to do, you want to relax.
If you're doing it right, you're going to be sleeping.
Want to relax. Niggas way over there. That and I could throw another alley-oop, but maybe these guys, I could throw another one. But go ahead, you know.
Bro, throw the alley-oop, bro.
Oh, the alley-oop? So
we're trying to win, man.
Okay,
we're trying to win.
So what else? This, you know, not PG. Well, now it's PG.
I mean,
if you understand why I'm going,
we're not gonna get canceled.
Hold on. Not now it's PG. So what's the other thing that can help all of us go to sleep, and it's from the earth? What do you guys?
Well, you know what? I'll be the first. Listen,
are you gonna say it?
I'll be
you better say it, because I'm gonna say it.
I say, listen. If you want the you know, obviously I got to go into the business answer. I'm gonna go into my personal answer.
All right.
But first, the first one is, if you want to find the validation in this, just look into what happened with the history of textile and points out, which people will make judgments before they educate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad mistake. But beyond that, nothing like that serenity.
Ooh.
Okay, nothing like. It's actually functional. It's actually very.
Yes.
I think out there, there's a lot of cannabis companies out there that are pioneering. As a side note, I hope that those who were abused by the system being against cannabis are represented properly in a system that now promotes and rewards people for business models around cannabis.
Right.
But this company actually has a great functional combo of melatonin and cannabis elements.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's actually, Yao, someone who I've been trying to convince to take sleep supplements. He's like, nah, man, I'm good. We already have our natural process to. When we spoke about supplements, season 1, but we already spoke about our natural processes to help for sleep. Okay, if you listen to what we're saying closely, okay, turning lights off, blackout curtains, making sure the temperature's right, making sure the smell is right. Please check out season 1. We go into all the details for that season 1. But we're always looking to optimize. We're so in tune. We want to push it to that next edge because it's our job to find that next edge for you guys. All right, people pay us to help them find their next edge. All right, so we'll always have to be grounded by science, doing experiments on ourselves, okay, in a natural way.
That's the first experimentation. The scientist always does it on himself.
Exactly, in a way that,
on herself.
in a way that we can be in the field and observers at the same time. Before I get sidetracked, the fact that Yao was noticed a difference was like, wow, okay, because I've tried melatonin before, melatonin by itself. I understand what it does. Dr. Matt Walker goes into that. I understand what the melatonin does, and I've tried it before, and I never really noticed its impact on my my sleep-wake cycle.
Same for me. I've tried it on 2 separate occasions. Everything in the industry I've tried. Trust me, I'm 41, man. No explode. Anybody remember?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Bro, I used to not be able to sleep.
Oh, for real.
I used to be twitching in my sleep.
That.
I've tried everything. HydroCut. Everybody that's off.
Oh yeah,
remember HydroCut?
Yeah, HydroCut.
That shit used to be.
That was before.
They used to be marketed, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was huge. I remember.
You see what I'm saying?
Before they banned it.
So my thing is like
crazy.
natural way, something easy. Kid can use it. Parent can use it. You can do your own research, right? We'll be getting our own research coming soon, but you can do your own research, right? Search people that have done research experiments on. But the medicinal purpose of cannabis is undeniable. It's undeniable. If you're now having your head in the sand, I'm sorry for you. Okay? It's undeniable. You don't have to do research, do searching, right? So we'll put that to bed, right? If you have a comment about that, select us in the comment section and let us know. And get us to some literature, some educated medical journals to combat or refute what we're saying.
But we also respect the religion. For anybody who has, we respect people who put religion as the main guidance when it comes to that. But we're looking, again, to center the message.
Besides religion, I'm talking about vitality goes beyond what religion. Don't matter what you are, you want to be as vital as possible.
We're talking about human performance science, human sciences, performance sciences, vitality sciences.
And that's just one tool. Just like blackout curtains is one tool. Exactly. Going for a walk is one tool. Working out.
Process.
You know what I'm saying? It's all
finding the process.
That's it. That's it.
Of what works for you.
Damn, I don't know. Was that PG?
What?
Going into that topic?
Yeah, I mean, I think cannabis is openly talked about on CNN, Fox, NBC.
If you go back and rewind when you hear it, I would say, well, this isn't PG now. It was PG.
Oh shit, that's what you were going?
That's what. Yeah.
Damn, that was a nice alley-oop then.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, well, he's
yeah. It was PG. It was you get 25 years for a nickel bag, but now it's PG now. You'll see. You'll be like,
I mean,
25 years for a nickel bag, man.
Yeah, I mean, easily people.
Dirt.
I saw someone rolling up a joint on the subway.
Oh, now they they're out in the open. Yeah, they're out in the open.
So this is PG. This is the world we're living in right now. It's undeniable. The medicinal purposes. But any scientific or medical research will tell you the new way of how it's going down is VTS, vitality training systems. We're talking about sleep, but you have to have all other 4 pillars. If you do not, you're not taking into consideration the multivariate approach that you need for true experimentation. Now, you can join us, join our community, like, share, comment, subscribe. Join us on our website, Prolific Creators, PVS. All right, our partners, we'll tell you a little bit about that soon. This is what's going down. This is what we're here for. We just got to give it to you raw. From here on out, rest of the conversations, no more taking the suit off, taking these sweaters off, might come in here shirtless. We give it to you raw because I believe you guys want it raw. Your sleep sucks. Pay attention.
Yep.
Go back to season 1, look at what we saw. Then come back. If it still sucks, that means you haven't been applying it. Fill out a questionnaire, put it into us. We'll find a solution to optimize your sleep for you. Go seek a professional. We're not professional sleep experts, but we're professional getting at people being their best and being the highest performer that they can be.
And giving them the language to navigate that sleep expert properly. Because basically giving them the language to not accept someone just giving you a pill.
Exactly.
Conversation then like, no, I actually want to make this a permanent change without relying on a damn, you know,
change.
like let's have we equip you with that language, okay? That's the power of being multi-dimensional.
Yeah, I mean, when we say lifestyle change, that's literally what we're talking about. I know it was unpopular now, lifestyle change, lifestyle. No, but that's what you're doing, right? So everything's about life. You have to change your lifestyle, change your environment. Listen to the keywords you said. Andre Bivens Jr., Nicholas Lopez Jr., and I'm Yao A. Wusu Jr. Again, as always, hey man, be better than you were yesterday. What's the call to action?
Make sure you go to the Spotify for exercise episode.
Yes.
Nick,
Mindset episode.
Mindset episode.
And the Now Sleep episode coming up next,
Yes,
obviously.
Exactly.
Tune in, stay tuned, as always.
Anything, Nick? Hey.
Let's get into it.
Nice. Woo. Yeah, I'm sliding over.